Hello friends and welcome to a new video, and yeah, I'm once again doing something different. So in this video I'm going to be reading this scary story on Twitter that actually my friend told me about. I hadn't heard about it before, but my friend told me, hey, there's this scary story on Twitter, like kind of similar to like Dear David was. So yeah, and I guess these are becoming like well, after Dear David, like all these like Twitter scary stories. I don't know how to say things. Have become like more popular after it. Well, I don't know. I haven't been on Twitter that long, so I don't know. But that's kind of my hunch. And yeah, and I'm actually in like our like building's basement to like give off the spooky mood, boo. And it's almost 11 p.m. So yay! And so yeah, let's just get started. So this this story is by gr3gory88, or if you want to be really specific, it's gr3gory88. So yeah, I'm just gonna like show this that like this was like normal Twitter before like anything started. So yeah, I don't actually know if this story is like real. I actually haven't like looked up into it that much. Like when my friend told me about it, I like quickly like looked it up and what was in it. So yeah, I don't really know like any details and stuff like that. This was a normal Twitter before like this creepy stuff started happening. And yeah, I'm just gonna, so these are just like normal tweets on July. I guess I'm gonna try Twitter again. And it's just like normal, just watching a movie at home feel like a huge commitment, but I can easily watch 17 episodes of Extreme Child Maker Showdown without batting an eye. I just need to say, same, boys, same. I'm usually like, I wanna watch this movie, but I'm too tired, and then I'm just gonna watch like 10 episodes of some series. So yeah, and yeah, then there's just like really like normal tweets and like that. But yeah, then on August 27th of August, he tweeted that just found out my grandpa died. Never really knew him, but still, my mom never wanted to talk about him, but I never really asked. So yeah, he's just like telling that his grandpa died and yeah, stuff like that. And then it's normal again for until October 30th of October, right in time for Halloween. So, and this is when the actual stuff starts happening. So now we're going deep. Okay, so let's just start reading. Okay, so his tweet on 30th October is something weird is happening in the woods outside my house and I don't know what to do. I guess I should start at the beginning. This isn't really my house, it was my grandpa's, but I guess it's mine now. He died a couple months ago, as he told in his previous tweets, and because of some tricky paperwork, I'm apparently responsible for it now. He lived pretty far away up in the mountains by the lake. There are a couple other houses down the road, but they seem like they're empty for the season. I assume they're summer horses. I've been here for a few days and it's really pretty, but it's super quiet and chilly. And then there's some pictures like from the sea and from the forest that's like there. Not really anything creepy there. My mom never talked about my grandpa, and I only met him once when I was really young. I think they had a bad relationship, but the few times I asked about it, she got annoyed and changed the subject. So basically, I don't really know what I'm doing here. This guy from my grandpa's estate basically told me the house is mine now, so I came up here to sell it as fast as I can and go home. I guess it's not that easy to just sell a house, especially one in the middle of nowhere. There's probably a bunch of paperwork and it takes a lot of time because like people aren't just gonna buy it like well, some people might, but like some houses, I don't know, it depends where they are, but they tend to be expensive and most people don't have the money for that. So I don't know, but anyway, at any rate, I think I'm alone up here, or at least I was. I figured I'd be up here for a couple weeks to get this all handled, and then I'd go home and be done with it. I'm on a break from grad school, so I don't have any other responsibilities at the moment. But now weird things are starting to happen. It started on my third day here. There's a little town about 25 minutes away, and I can to get some food and supplies since I don't know how long I'm gonna be staying. When I got back that evening, there was something strange on my door. It was this artifact. I don't know what to call it. It was obviously handmade. It was made of sticks and twine and had some small bones tied into the middle of it. Okay, here's these pictures of it. I don't know what that is. Is the Illuminati? I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Okay, I didn't think too much of it at the time. Well, I would have if some weird things would have appeared on my door. I would be like, SOS, I'm out here. I figured it was probably a kid from one of the other houses trying to mess with me, so I took it off the door and tossed it in the fireplace. And here's the picture. But didn't he just say that there's no one in the houses near his house? Didn't he just didn't he just say that? Yeah, he said that the other houses seem to be empty for the season. Well, I don't know. But the next morning, I'd pretty much forgotten about it. And honestly, what? Okay, but why he took pictures of it if he didn't pay the... What? Like, why did he take pictures of it if he didn't, like, think much about it? That's my question. And honestly, I had too much on my plate at the moment to worry about some kid's prank. Well, okay, I don't know what to feel. So I got up that morning, made some breakfast, and went out on the deck with some coffee. I was sitting there drinking my coffee when I noticed something hanging in a tree just over the railing. It was another one of those artifacts. It was just like the last one, but it had a rock tied to it instead of a bone. Why, where's there a rock? Oh, it's right there. Oh, I thought that was like a leaf or something. I don't know. Okay, then. And then almost immediately I saw another one in a tree farther down by the ground. I went down the deck steps to retrieve it, and then I started seeing even more of them. I found about 8 in total, hanging in trees all around the house. Um, okay. Well, that's not creepy at all. There's a feather. What is that? Is that a rock? Ugh, don't even want to know. They all had different objects tied to them. Bones, feathers, that sort of thing. It was definitely weird, but I was more annoyed than anything. Thinking that someone was in my yard decorating the trees with these ugly goth Christmas ornaments. Christmas ornaments? Well, they don't look like Christmas ornaments, especially this one. Like, what even is this? Ugh, disgusting. Also, if someone was trying to scare me, it was gonna take more than some poopy arts and crafts project to do the trick. I gathered all the artifacts together and burned them like the first one. After I disposed all of the stick things, I took a shower, got dressed, and went back outside to do some basic tidying and whatnot. The deck and the yard are sort of overgrown and leaves are starting to fall and cover everything. Being a new homeowner is a lot of work, turns out. Yeah, I can kind of tell you that because, well, our, when I'm at our summer cottage, it's really, you really have to do much work there. That was when I found something that actually did make me nervous. I was raking a corner of the yard when I saw something dark on the ground, off in the trees. I couldn't tell what it was from afar, so I went to investigate. At first I thought it was a blanket, but when I got closer it looked like a big sweatshirt or a hoodie or something. I didn't want to touch it, but it was obviously clothing of some kind. Yeah, that looks like a hoodie to me. Basic hoodie that you get from like H&M or something. I looked around and realized it was a whole encampment. There was a couple old socks, a pair of what I think was underwear, gross, a few old napkins scattered around, a plastic spoon, and creepiest of all, a beat up notebook. Are these the underwear? They don't look like... Oh, this is... Oh, okay. Okay, was there something in the notebook? Oh, I flipped open the notebook when nothing was written inside. Well, a whole bunch of pages had been ripped out, so I knew someone had been using it. Well, obviously someone had been using it, otherwise it wouldn't be there. Plus, you could sort of see the shadow of pen marks on the most recent page. I couldn't make out what had been written though. What? Well, I can't see anything. Is it actually pen marks? It looks to me like when like paper gets like wet and then it dries, it's like have these kind of marks. But that's just me. Anyway, that definitely freaked me out. It was clear someone was camping out my property and possibly trying to scare me out of the house. It's his house. What? I wasn't really sure what to do about it though. What could I do? I definitely didn't sleep well that night. Well, I wouldn't either. But especially if well, it's his first time at the house. He's never been there before, and then he already has like a creepy stalker. I'm like, if you see me like looking at that direction, it's because there's like that part of the room is not lit, so I'm like constantly like, is there something there? Is there something there? I hope there's not anything there. Anyway, let's continue. That was the day before yesterday. The next morning, oh, we saw you. Okay, this, I don't know when anything happened. He just typed it out right before Halloween. The next morning, I sort of expected more weird artifacts to be outside, but I didn't see anything. And the encampment was gone, so I figured it was probably a homeless person passing through or something. I mean, I'm not one to talk like I don't know anything, but I don't think that like they will just throw their stuff around. I mean, if it were me, if I were a homeless, I would like take my stuff all the time, like keep my stuff all the time with me, so I wouldn't just like leave them. Well, people are different. You can never know. I thought that was the end of it and turned my attention back to the house. I realized the house had almost no cleaning products and I needed to pick up supplies again. I drove into town and picked up some Windex, some spare light bulbs and some other stuff, then came home. The driveway ends away up from the house and then you have to trek down a path which bends around the side of the house to get in. I was walking around the house when I saw some movement. Across the yard near a tree, I froze dead in my tracks. Someone was standing under a tree staring at my house. They didn't see me though, since I was partly behind some trees and a good distance away. Wait, was he inside a car? Whoever it was, they were wearing the same dark hoodie I'd seen in the grass the day before. As quietly as I could, I set my shopping bags next to me and slipped my phone out of my pocket. I managed to take a couple photos, but the person turned and disappeared into the woods. Wait, can you actually Oh my... What? You can actually see the... Oh god, oh, I'm getting shivers. I'm getting chills. Oh my god, Oh my god! Like the resolution got better and I got scared. Oh my god, what is wrong with the face? And doesn't that, like, the clothing seem darker? Wait, Oh my... What is wrong with... Oh my god, the face. What is wrong with it? And is it just me or does this clothing look darker than that? Wait. Yeah, it's totally different. Like, the other hoodie was like dark blue, but this is like black. But oh my, well, that aside, what is wrong with this person's face? Oh my god. It doesn't even look like a human. Oh my god, I'm getting chills. And I'm down here in the pit. And now I'm getting jumpy on every freaking noise that's going here. But this definitely isn't the same hoodie. This is way darker. But anyway, I stood there for a couple of minutes too nervous to move in case the person came back, but they didn't. So I picked up my bags and hurried inside. I picked up the phone to call the cops, but put it back down because I didn't even know what I'd tell them. Oh, I would just leave. If I saw this kind of person just like staring at my house, I would just like get this hell out of here, out of there. Like, this is how horror movies, and this is why people die in horror movies, because like they don't do what common sense says. Okay, well, I don't know. Well, maybe he has some sense of responsibility and he just doesn't want to leave, but like I would be like that part, like screw responsibility, just get me out of this place. Okay, but let's continue. Someone was looking at my house, like any police officer would take me seriously. Well, she could say that someone is stalking his house and like bothering him. I mean, they are disturbing his like peace. I mean, like in here in Finland, it's kind of a crime to like disturb like someone's peace. Like if you're like, I don't know, if you're like ding dong ditching all the time, that's like disturbing like someone's like peace in their own apartment. I don't know what's the real name of that law, but it's something like disturbing the peace of the like peace of being in their own apartment. I'm sure you get what I mean. So this would be the same because like there are those weird artifacts, and I don't know, now that person is stalking his house, so wouldn't that technically be like good reason to call cops? And like an idiot, I destroyed all the weird artifacts from before, so there wouldn't be any evidence. Didn't you take pictures of all of them? So you have evidence. The pictures are right here in this Twitter thread. What? I felt like there was nothing I could do right then. I was mad at myself and feeling scared all alone in the house, so I locked all the doors and left out the back. I went down to the lake because I didn't know where else to go. I just knew I didn't want to be in the house at that moment. That person is still there. Like, this is how people die in horror movies. They're like, now, well, is it... If you were going to leave for good. Be just like, bye Felicia, I'm out of here. Oh yeah, this is... I'm sorry, but this seems really fishy to me. I walked a ways down the lakeshore, then sat for a while looking out at the water. I thought about getting in my car and just going home, but I felt like that would get me in trouble. There's all sort of property tax stuff I don't understand. I felt trapped. Well, that doesn't mean you can't leave that place. I mean, what? I don't really understand. Well, I don't really understand like owning a house and this tech stuff, but wouldn't it be possible for you to just like leave and do all the stuff from your home, like your real home? I don't know. Also, I couldn't decide if I was actually in danger. When my grandpa died, it took me a couple months to actually get up to the house. So maybe someone was squatting in the empty house, and now that I'm here, they might just leave on their own accord. It was starting to get dark, so I reluctantly headed back to the house and walked up. Wait, so you were at the house, you felt scared, you went to the lake, and now you're back at the house? Is that how this goes? Dear God. I walk up the stairs leading to the back of the house, but right before going inside, I got this weird chill. I made up my mind that I absolutely didn't want to stay in the house overnight. What, you're gonna stay in the forest where there is the creepy thing? I decided to go get my car and drive into town to find a motel for the night. The house was all locked up, and I already had my keys, so I went back around the house and toward the path that led to the driveway. That's when I saw her. Her? Who's her? Like, who is the her? The figure from before, standing right in the middle of my front lawn, staring straight at my house. I froze in place, completely in shock. I was practically right next to her, but it was almost as if she didn't see me. Then it hit me. She couldn't see me. Because she had no eyes. She had no freaking eyes. Wait, what? Just shiny skin over where her eyes should be. And she had almost no hair at all. How do you know it's a her? I wanted to run, but I felt like if I moved even a little, she'd hear me. How do you know it's a her? That's the biggest question I have right now. Okay, she has no eyes. And I'm just here like, how do you know it's a her? Don't assume genders here. As quietly as I could, I went over my phone. I went for my phone. I needed some sort of evidence to show the cops. It all felt like it was happening in slow motion. I feel sick to my stomach as I'm writing this, but I was able to get it on video. My heart is racing just thinking about this. I haven't been able to watch it since I recorded it, but here it is. Oh my god, there's actually a video. Oh my god. Oh my god. So, he's just staring at it? Oh my god, did you see it? Like the motion, like where that person like turned her head. It was like so quick and oh my god, my heart, my just oh my god, I'm scared. But like, oh my god, like, is this actually real? Oh my god, I'm so. Is this actually even possible? I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, this is so unbelievable. Like, I don't know if I should feel like it's. I don't know if this is actually real or fake. Like, I don't know what to do. Okay, let's just continue. I ran back around the house and got inside. I scrambled upstairs and looked out my bedroom window at the front yard, but she had vanished. Remembering it now, it feels like it didn't really happen, like it was a nightmare or something. I called the cops and explained what had happened. I'm sure it sounded crazy, but they said they'd send someone by in the morning and keep my doors locked. So that's where I am now, alone in the woods freaking out. I know I won't be able to sleep tonight. I feel lightheaded and nauseous. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm scared shitless. Oh my god. So that was end of that Twitter thread. The story continues, but yeah, I think I'm going to end this one here. But oh my god, I don't know. That was so scary. Like, is that actually real? I don't actually. I am kind of skeptical when it comes to these kind of things, but I don't know. Maybe I'll get a more better idea when I read the rest of the story. But if you enjoyed this really skip really scary me reading this really scary story, actually I'm gonna put all the links in the description if you want to read it yourself. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and make sure to subscribe to keep up with my shenanigans. Have some love! I need to get out of this basement because I'm getting scared. Bye!